Hey, this is Brooke, functional medicine dietitian specializing in fertility, and this is the Fertility Dietitian podcast, where I help you uncover the barriers that are preventing you from optimizing your fertility and teach you how to work with your body to finally take home a healthy baby. Each week, I will be diving into different topics on fertility and sharing my perspective on physiology, metabolic health, nutrition, and lifestyle approaches that have helped hundreds of couples get pregnant even after years of heartache. My goal is to empower you with the knowledge you need to take back control of your fertility. Happy listening. Whenever I talk about egg quality, I get questions like, how do I know my egg quality is improving? Or how do I know I need to improve egg quality in the first place? So we're going to talk about all of that today. And unfortunately, there isn't a simple test to assess egg quality like there is for sperm. But there are several factors that can help us determine whether all the work that you're putting in to improve egg quality is actually working or not. So as a side note, if you're thinking AMH is equivalent to looking at egg quality, it is certainly not. I have a whole episode on AMH. I believe it's episode 4 that we'll link in the show notes. So definitely go learn more about AMH. So egg quality is something that can be improved. Even if you are in your 30s, you can actually have better egg quality than you did in your 20s. It's all about what inputs or exposures your body is having. So to the environment, to nutrition, and so forth. And I also want to point out that sperm quality is also involved in all of these signs that we're going to talk about. So please make sure that you're also looking at optimal sperm parameters, including DNA fragmentation. And episodes 6 and 7 will let you know if his swimmers are thriving, because normal, quote unquote normal, is not what we are going for. We are going for healthy, vibrant numbers. So if you've been told that everything's fine or everything's normal with sperm, take a look at the numbers, compare them to what we actually optimally want to see, and make sure you're looking at that DNA fragmentation too, because they are going to play a role in all of these signs that are also going to be pointing to egg quality too. So they're involved in the same signs, okay? So let's take a look at some indications that our eggs could use some more love, okay? So the first is longer time to conception. So if you've been trying to conceive for more than 4 months, this is a sign that egg quality and potentially sperm quality need a little bit more support, okay? 4 months. It's time to dive deeper into preconception care and see how you can work to improve your eggs even more. Okay, a short luteal phase is a sign that egg quality is not up to where we want it to be. So a luteal phase that is less than 10 days is definitely a sign. Ideally, we want at least a 12-day luteal phase to allow for a really good implantation window within that phase. So if you're not familiar with what the luteal phase is, it is the phase from ovulation up until your period. And this is a sign of egg quality because when that follicle is developing, we are nourishing how robust that progesterone secretion is going to be post-ovulation. Estrogen plays a role in the luteal phase as well, but the quality of that follicle that is really built over that 3 months prior to ovulation itself is going to play a role in that luteal phase and going to tell us, or at least give us insight to what is happening with egg quality and where we might need to look a little deeper to support egg quality even more. Another factor that can indicate we need to support egg quality even more is recurring miscarriage. So there's a lot to think about in addition to egg quality with recurring loss. And this is all addressed in episode 17. So egg quality is always a piece of the puzzle to miscarriage, but there are a lot of other things to consider in addition too. So it's not only an egg quality concern with miscarriage. Another factor to think about is if you have been through IVF and you're getting limited or 0 embryos that are making it to blast stage, or you're getting failed transfers. That can be an egg quality concern. typically it's both egg and sperm quality concern, but definitely a sign that we want to zoom in on egg quality a little bit more. So, improving egg quality decreases chromosomal abnormalities that lead to DNA damage and make it more challenging for successful conception or continued growth and development once conception does happen. So, how do you know whether your egg quality is actually improving? Well, conception and a healthy pregnancy is the ultimate sign, but here are a few signs that you can track along the way. Okay, so regular ovulation is a good sign that egg quality is being supported. We want to see an increased and sustained basal body temperature after ovulation. Ideally, we're looking at 98 degrees Fahrenheit or higher after ovulation. Doesn't have to be that first temp jump that's into the 98s, but you're getting up into the 98s, staying there for a few days, ideally indicates that that progesterone is really robust and healthy, and that follicle that developed and ovulated that egg was nourished very well throughout your cycle. And another sign is looking at regular phases of your cycle. So are you having a regular period? Are you having a regular follicular phase, ovulatory phase, luteal phase? Those are all phases of follicle development, essentially. So we get insight to what's happening with how your body is nourishing egg quality. Cycle symptoms also. So a decrease in things like pain and mood swings are important to think about because we are talking about balanced hormones and, again, how safe your body is feeling to really support fertility as a whole, as well as egg quality. So a ton of energy goes into every step of fertility, and certainly into egg quality itself, because our eggs have so many little mitochondria, which are the little powerhouses of the cells, and essentially requires a ton of energy to support this whole process. Okay, so all of these cycle signs and phases are important to pay attention to give you insight as to whether what you're doing is actually working to support egg quality. Good quality cervical mucus is a really good sign too. So as you approach ovulation, you should be seeing really good quality, stretchy, fertile mucus, which is a sign that estrogen's doing its thing. Your follicles are being supported well, and that egg quality is being supported as well. And then last but not least, if you are going through IVF, you want to see embryos that are making it to blastocyst stage, or successful transfer and successful conception or pregnancy. So the cycle signs improving are indicating that ovarian function is improving. So even if you start to notice these improvements, be patient with your body. The maturation of a follicle takes 3 to 4 months. So this is the time frame that it really takes to see a significant change in egg quality. Okay, so I know you're probably wondering what to do to support egg quality, which I have a whole episode on, but we are going to hit some highlights here too. So ultimately, I always have to say that it really depends on what your body needs and where the barriers lie for energy creation in your body and where the energy is going. So it can be a very individualized approach, but in general, we want to support those mitochondria, which I briefly mentioned, but those are the little powerhouses in the cells, and our ovaries have 10 times more mitochondria than any other cells in our body. So that gives you an idea of how much more energy they require, which is why that kind of foundation of energy efficiency is something that I always go back to when we're having challenges with fertility. Okay, so again, like episode 5 is an episode that dives even deeper into what to do to support egg quality, but this is a really good place to start. We want to start by increasing vibrant colored foods in your diet, like beets and citrus and dark greens and berries and fatty fish. These foods are really rich in polyphenols, bioflavonoids, antioxidants, and anti-inflammatory fatty acids and micronutrients that support overall ovarian function. Improving mitochondrial function and reducing oxidative stress supports ovarian function and egg quality. This also means it can support regular ovulation, balanced hormones, decrease time to conception, and increase your chance of a healthy full-term pregnancy, right? Because it all trickles down to egg quality, or all of those pieces trickle down to supporting egg quality and then a full-term healthy pregnancy. Nutrition and lifestyle changes that support your egg quality and overall fertility are going to be reducing oxidative stress. Oxidative stress can be like a normal metabolic process, but we can also increase or decrease oxidative stress based on how we're living and how we're nourishing our body. Okay, that oxidative stress can actually damage the DNA of a maturing follicle or sperm and impact what's happening with the quality of the end ovulated egg or sperm. These nutrition and lifestyle changes can also support cellular repair. So improving repair can actually decrease the damage of the DNA for both male and female fertility. And of course, these changes are going to support that mitochondrial function again. So this is a really important piece to supporting egg quality, is that mitochondria, the powerhouse of that cell. And again, your ovaries have 10 times as many mitochondria, meaning they require a lot of energy and a lot of support to remain healthy, especially as we are aging. Okay, our mitochondrial health naturally declines as we age, so we have to put more effort into supporting them and our egg quality. So a little takeaway from this information is that your egg quality can be changed. We can monitor signs in your cycle and just what's happening with fertility in general to see if you need additional support for egg quality or if your egg quality is actually improving. You can have better egg quality in your 30s than you did in your 20s if you nourish your body accordingly, okay? You don't have to figure all of this out on your own. An individualized approach goes a really long ways. And if you are ready to learn how to work with your body to support fertility, don't hesitate to reach out. I would be happy to support you. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Fertility Dietitian podcast. If you enjoyed it, please leave a review to let me know what topics you want more of or less of. If you want to keep learning, subscribe at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Check out my website for more info on my private coaching program, Master Your Fertility, or my membership community, Fertility Blueprint. And don't forget my digital store. Come say hi on YouTube and Instagram. See you in the next episode.